So, Professor Lori, thank you for that warm introduction. And I want to start by saying I'm very honored to be standing here with the graduating class of 2012, being a part of Lord 8, and to welcome Lord 8, also proudly known as the Soul Survivors, and to congratulate the new class coming in and to this amazing university. And I'm going to try to do this without crying, because this is very emotional, standing up here, being proud and celebrating you all. You'll find that I speak a lot about my personal experience in the program. However, the flex of emotions and the thoughts as well as the growth applies to each and every one of my cohorts, or the people in my cohort. Although we shared the same course of action, my classmates affirm that each journey is personal and what God does is unique to each person. New graduating students or students coming in, I remember sitting right where you are, asking myself if I made the right decision, if I can handle responsibility of being a grad student while effectively balancing my personal and professional life. When I made the decision to apply for the program, a very dear friend of mine, not to discourage me, cautioned me that I need to prepare myself, as a master's degree, as she would say, separates the big dogs from the little dogs. So me, you know, kind of cocky, I'm like, well, I obtained my BA at Eastern while battling breast cancer. Bring it on. As prepared as I thought I was, I had no idea what was in store for me. I went home from the residency, and as soon as I walked through the door, I collapsed on the living room floor from mental exhaustion. And I had a very hard and ugly cry. And because I had no idea how I was going to raise my children, manage a home, and work full time. But I cannot tell you how many times I started to draft the email to Dr. Sharon, vowing that I was dropping out. Each time I received the syllabus for a new class, I looked at the entire packet and felt extremely overwhelmed. Residency, spiritual formation class, field work doing research and evaluation, and role playing in the human resource class, just to name a few, forced me to knock down some of those walls that I was hesitant of letting down, because I felt exposed and vulnerable. I had to face the fear of speaking up. I had to argue my point and stand firm on my word and my belief. But after a pep talk of loved ones and remembering how proud my children and I were when I graduated in 2012, I had the motivation to stay the course. The Tyesha that stands before you tonight is not the Tyesha of 2 years ago. That Tyesha wanted to scurry into a corner, and when she was asked to introduce herself at the residency, I would hesitate to speak up, feeling that what I had to say was not original or profound. Here's why I share this. When I was informed that I was chosen to speak tonight, although initially I felt fear because the undertaking of public speaking greets me with butterflies, I had an overwhelming sense of pride. If I hadn't realized it before, I now know my growth. I stand here tonight because, as I was told, the reason I was chosen to represent our class is because I was the example of growth throughout the program, an example of triumph over troubles. Others watched me evolve into the person that I am today. And I owe Eastern University, my instructors, my cohort, a debt of gratitude for their role in developing my skills, knowledge, growth, credibility, and confidence. At some point during our journey, we, the Soul Survivors, realized that we were not alone in our challenges, struggles, doubts, fears, or feelings of burnout. We were surprised and relieved by the level of understanding, compassion, and support by reaching out to each other, sharing our thoughts and our feelings. We became each other's comfort and support. We became each other's accountability partners. We discussed the importance of time management, organization, prayer, family time, also time alone to regroup. Our talks were enlightening and encouraging, giving us the impetus we needed to press on. We also started to reach out to our professors, because if no one else knows, they know how to relate and understand. We spoke to them about our highs and lows. We were uplifted and motivated by prayer and their counsel. After a while, I began to look forward to residency, and I'm sure I speak for all my classmates, they're nodding. Not so much for the workload, but for the new experiences, the lessons we would learn, as well as the opportunity to support one another face to face. We were like family at a reunion, catching up on one another's lives, reflecting on the occurrences from the previous course, sharing prospects regarding the new class, and conferring about challenges and celebrating victories and having prayer. This bond was significant and impactful in maintaining our faith and our motivation in pursuit of obtaining our master's degree. As individuals and as teams and as future leaders, we were challenged educationally, professionally, personally, and mentally, and spiritually, Throughout the program, upon completion of each class, there was significant growth. There was intellectual, spiritual, professional, and relational growth. The organizational leadership program and our professors were transforming our lives. The program, Eastern University, and the relationship between my peers played a great role in my transformation. When I received my diploma in the mail 2 weeks ago, that feeling was amazing. And all that we endured, it was so worth that feeling of laying my eyes on that piece of paper for the first time. So, graduating class, we have made a commitment to better ourselves, to be servant leaders, to have a positive influence on others and improve the world. So let's continue to make Eastern, our families, ourselves, and our communities proud by making this world a better place. And I would like to conclude with leaving a few pieces of advice for our new students. Quickly review the entire syllabus. Take one step at a time. It's overwhelming, taking 1 week at a time. Share your knowledge and skills with one another. That's part of leadership. Support one another. Challenge yourself and your peers as it promotes growth. Embrace each other's passions and be encouraging and offer feedback. Strive for excellence, not perfection. Constantly communicate to your family that you need their understanding and their support. From my experience, there was always someone that felt that I was neglecting them or that I was distant. Make it up to them later. Learn to say no. You have to make sacrifices over the next 18 months, even if that means saying no to the ones you love. Sacrifice. Accept that you have to temporarily give up your social life. It's temporary. Prioritize. Time and task management is of the utmost importance. I'm sure you'll discuss this in one of the class about weaning out those things that are less important and that are not urgent. Above all, rely on God for endurance, for strength, for direction, for wisdom, perseverance, discernment, purpose, and having a receptive mind and heart, and a sustained faith. A couple of thank yous, and I don't believe they're here. Thanks to all those that handle administrative work from admission to graduation. And I would like to thank Brian and Kristen for taking care of us during residency and for providing us with delicious lunches and snacks. A special thank you to our professors. From all of us, written by my Lorg 8 family member, Christina Haynes. All of us are praying, all of the praying we did to continue to press toward reaching the end of this journey. You have taught us how to exercise and increase our faith. During the midst of all the assignments, projects, and long residency weekends, you have taught us to reason. As a result of this experience, you have equipped us with the tools to have the courage to stand for justice. And we just want to take this opportunity to say thanks for all you do. Good luck to our new students. Trust the water's great. Stay the course. Graduating class, can't wait to see you in December and cross that stage with you. Thank you. Much love and God bless.